Welcome to my channel. If you're interested in money making deals and educational purposes, along with entertainment funnies and stuff that makes you scratch your head, you're in the right place. My name's Sunny, Las Vegas Thrifts here on YouTube, Instagram, and the TikTokies. So I want to jump into some what sold and got canceled, and some returns that immediately showed up, and then there was a case for it. That this hat right here, Live Lucky Kids cap, it's a U size, and I have it on there in the title and in the description and the item specifics. And it's funny because this hat showed up at the residence of where I was supposed to show up, and within seconds of it arriving, got an alert from eBay saying return request. I have it to automatically accept return requests, and then my phone flickered because that's what I was looking at, my phone at the time. Then it said item returned, case closed. And I'm like, what's going on here? What just happened? So I need to contact eBay about this. It's probably been about a week. Sorry. I'm trying to do more videos to post up, but I'm more interested in trying to make money and then get to the videos when I can. They just take a while to do. So what's funny about this hat, this Live Lucky hat, is that the lady put it that like it fits a toddler's head, and on the inside of the hat, which is why I show always on my images of items, I show images of the size. And there's going to be some items that you come across, say jackets, hats, especially vintage types, that the chest is going to be a lot wider than, say, the modern day apparel that you may buy in retail stores right now. So I keep that in mind. So I could wear an XL to a 2X, very manly like. But back in the day, like the medium starter jackets could still fit me too and still have space. They're just made uniquely that just fits people well. And I mentioned that kind of stuff in descriptions. On to the next one. Oh, and on this hat, I didn't lose out very much. I probably only paid like $1.50 for it. So not a loss, and the person has to live with lying for the rest of their life. Good job. Good role model. Next item, another hat. This is going to be a new Bridgestone Gray Goose. This order was canceled about an hour after the order was placed. And at the time, I'll be honest, I'm pretty confident in figuring out certain things, most things, except for like getting my life together in the house. But I'm pretty sure this person sent me an offer because I had it for like $35. I accepted their offer, and then they got one for cheaper somewhere else and canceled mine. Hey, what are you going to do? We're all bargain shoppers. Not upset about it. Still got it there. Only paid a couple of bucks for it from Deseret Industries, and I'm pretty sure it'll sell, if anything, for like $20. So I still make some good profit. Next cancellation is going to be this Under Armour project. Another item, somebody messaged me, sending me an offer for it. I accepted it, and then they canceled a few minutes afterwards, right when I was about to pack it up too. This next one, this was a return request. So slight difference in it. The customer received it. They felt like the shoe, rounded toe, pointed toe, this is kind of like semi in the middle. Oxford flourishing lace up dress shoes. Person said they just felt like it was a little too long. Now look at the description on here. The triple E after size 8. That is super narrow, which makes sense for the shoe to be a lot longer and not narrow and short. So maybe the person's still trying to figure out their shoe size. And with all brands, as you know, if you're around my age, 40, I know I look older than that, but you're gonna find different brands have different sizes. So with this one, this person sent a return request. I messaged them. They private messaged me. They seem to be polite, very good vibes. They messaged saying that it was narrow, a little too long for their foot. I was like, okay, just send a return request. It'll automatically accept it and then ship it back. What's pretty cool about this and makes me scratch my brain is that it came back in a priority box with a first class shipping level. So I'm glad I didn't have to pay for the extra charge of it getting to me. How it got to me without any notices or a little paper in my mailbox to go back to the post office and pick it up and have to pay for it it's kind of a good thing that I didn't have to do that. So once this person sent it back to me, I received it, make sure it was in good condition, and it was. I then refunded that person. So whenever you get a return request, do not be in a rush to refund the person right there and then, because they have no obligation after that to return it to you. So if you have an expensive, pricey item, you definitely want to wait, be patient, especially the person saying private messaging you, they want their money now, they're not going to send it. That's not part of the rules, and you'll be backed by eBay, and eBay will also see those private messages. So with that in mind, keep what you do online, Facebook, eBay private messages, Instagram, any social media platform, and in person. Be professional, be business minded, watch what you do. Don't draw any bad attention. Don't anything let you stop you from gaining more success through everything that you earn. And that's all for the cancellations. Let's move on to the good stuff. So I hope some of that information helped you, because it's all stuff I've learned on my own. This item sold within days of buying it, like 3 days. 3 days for you locals out in Hawaii, or from Hawaii and now in the 9th island where I'm at. Got it for several dollars. Sold within 3 days. And at first I was having trouble reading the description on there. I was looking at it as like evil list and couldn't find it online, but something kept telling me like, look at the comps. Couldn't find it on comps. Couldn't find the listings. It was because I was spelling it wrong. The way the letters are grouped so close to each other, I was seeing different letters, and also my eyesight sucks. But sold right away for $34.15 with $5 shipping. I knew immediately when I grabbed it, and you gain this experience with your hands and your eyesight, and you start folding things up to determine if you could go first class or priority or medium or ground if it's heavy and large. So sold pretty fast, sold very well, brought me in some of that chinchilla. Next item as well, and the ones carrying on afterward, bought me in some money. This is going to be what I call a bread and butter item. And bread and butter is good. I'm not sure if it works with keto with the bread, but moving on. So when I come across these Oakley shirts for like $2, $3, $4, rarely, never, ever $5, but like around $4, I'll buy them because they usually sell for this price. And a lot of times the information, like I mentioned in other videos, pants as well, the information of these items are on them. So it helps get rid of all the guesswork. You just got to type it in and then find it, and then kind of determine what the quality of your item is compared to others to make you want to list it up for more of a higher price, or just keep it where it is and just in hopes it sells fast. But I usually have really good turnarounds on these Oakley polo shirts, t-shirts, and the pants. The pants are usually very, very light, the ones I come across, and I don't mind getting them for knowing I'm going to make anywhere from like $15 to around $25 for them. So just me, just saying, if there's some items that you come across that do good for you, some bread and butter items or items that are just out there and nobody looks at them, share that information with me and with others down in the comments, please. Very, very much. This is one item I was scared to list because it's ceramic. It was a pretty good size. I feel like everything that I touch, I'm going to break. Like the hearts in the past when I was a teenager. Sorry, focus on sports. So this was a cookie jar, and I found it pretty amazing that I could find it on a shelf where I was at, because everybody was going to buy it and nobody was messing with it. And I'm like, this is Mickey Mouse. The aging on the knuckles tells me that it's aged. And I put it up. I was testing the waters on eBay with $160. No, $145. And I got a private message within an hour of posting it. And the message, private message, so make sure you keep track of that. Private message said, hey, I see what you got it list for, but I will buy it for $70 plus your shipping included. That they would pay for it. So I ignored it. I didn't reply back. I hope it's not like an iPhone that they could read your text message and then you could see that they read it. I'm like, please don't. About a month later, I'm like, you know what? This thing's not selling. I'm lowering the price. And the light bulb went on. I'm not going to say in my head because there's no brain cells up there. Scroll down through like 50 messages of like sold, counter offers, eBay stuff, cancellations, the one you saw before. And I saw the email. And I was on my phone. And then I realized, Sonny, go to your actual computer and look at your item. And it'll tell you that there's messages listed up above it. So I did that, messaged the person. And immediately they replied back, "Oh, thank you so much. I will buy it right now. I'm on my way home." I said, "No rush. Thank you for a message. I didn't see it earlier." And I was lying. I'm going to admit, I was lying. I just didn't see it twice. Showed some images here of the way it looks on the inside. You do want to mention if there's any like little chipping on there, anything like, just like you would question if you got it. You know, I don't know if you know, but I'm telling you, be honest with all of your items. Don't pull people's legs. Don't make things better than what they are. And the customer gets it back, and then you're the whole time just worried about, as soon as you drop it off, or the postman or woman gets it from you, that you're like, you know what, is eating at you. Like, am I gonna get away with this? Are they gonna say something? You don't have to do that if you do the right thing. I highly encourage you to be an honest reseller, because it falls back on the whole community for other buyers and other resellers. You don't know if that person's going to go back and say, "Hey, this person screwed me over," and this new possible eBay customer could have came in and been like, "I was going to try it out because I was hearing good things," and then there's that one person, and you ruin it. Just don't do it. So, next item, I wouldn't say is bread and butter. It probably got me some bread that's probably been aged and went on sale and it's like $1. But I don't know what it is. Anything Texas, anything Hawaii, anything Las Vegas, UNLV. I'm stoked about it. Area 51s, like, I can't help but buy certain things, even though I know they're not going to be worth very much to people, but it means a lot to me because I am from Texas, and this Buc-ee's plush right here, there's better ones out there that sell for more. But I've sold a t-shirt, now I've sold this, and I have 2 other t-shirts that I come across, and I just can't help it because it's Texas related. And I got some stories about it that I could mention off in the live. Got it for, I think, 99 cents. This Buc-ee's plush. And it sold. So profit is profit. Remember that. Not everything you sell is going to be for big buku dollars. But as long as you make profits and it moves pretty swiftly, the better. But you will have some items that are very pricey, and you'll probably have for like a year and a half, 2 years, maybe longer. And then that person, the right person, is going to come across and say, "This is what I've been looking for. Why didn't I come on eBay and look further?" And got it sooner. So, next item, also a long sale. I've had this pre-COVID, and it finally sold. Maybe because my price was a little high. There wasn't one like it. There was other ones, and it sold for around the same price as other ones. So, again, if you haven't watched me in any of my lives that I've been I very much appreciate the people that have been asking me to go on lives with them, me sharing my story, that when I was a part-time reseller, having a job of employment, I could afford to hold on to things. Now that I'm full-time, I cannot afford to hold on to things, and I'm being a lot more reasonable and a lot more flexible to items and practices that I wasn't doing before, and prices. So better offer option, promoted listings, and just better pricing in general. We learn as we grow, or where you take yourself. So this concept cars, you could add little pieces, a lot of little gadgets inside here that you could take on and off, and I got an offer for it. Pretty good price. I got this for $12, so there was profit in there. And jeans are one thing that I enjoy coming across. Doesn't mean I get every jean. You know what's funny about jeans is that they say I'm wearing a pair of jeans. How is it a pair of jeans when you're wearing one jean? It's just one of those things that makes you scratch your head. But anyways, I saw this at the Benz, which I've only gone to twice now that I've been a full-time reseller. I want to go more often. It's just there's certain things that I've been doing more of, and that's spending time at home. Time with my wife. I don't know if she's happy about that she's seeing more of me. I think in the beginning we both thought like this would be great. We just see more of each other, and I think now she's just annoyed with me, especially like I'm chilling at home, but I'm working too when she's asleep, and when she's working I'm still working. So she don't see that. She just sees me chillaxing, and I feel bad for her. I wouldn't mind finding $1 million item, and then I'm like, "Yo, babe, call up the deuces. You're joining me. You don't have to do much." But found these. I'm going to say I probably paid like $1 for them. 511 Tactical, when I first came across these 2 years ago, I was like, geez, these are pricey pants. And then the last job I had, I had bought like 3 pair of pants, all 3 of them for around $55 up to like $80. And then right before throwing up the deuces, I had bought 4 more pants, which were retail price like $85, and 5 polo shirts that were retail $40 each. So I had no intentions of leaving. Just sometimes you get rubbed the wrong way. Sometimes things happen and you say bye-bye. Got these at the bins. These sold pretty fast. And I would say the good thing about the bins is that you could stretch $1 so far. I have no problem buying, say, a pant like this for $1 and they sell for even $12. They paid shipping for $8. So this is like a $20 plus pant. You think about it. I'm not, when I list stuff and I sell stuff, I don't just think about like, oh, this person's buying this for $15. No, they're also paying for the shipping. So this is also another thing I wasn't really thinking about in the beginning. But now that I'm a full-time reseller, it makes me more open and flexible, giving to know that, hey, there's a customer wanting this, you know, and they paid full price for it. I didn't send any offers. They paid full price. I had it for $14. And yeah, one thing about this 5 tactile pants is that they don't really have a number on them to determine what style they are, because there are some pants that are pretty pricey, and usually the more pricier ones are the ones that are more tapered, more cleaner on your legs, not so much like a straight fit. There's a certain look to certain of them, and the cleaner they look, stylish, the more pricier they are. Or if you come to Vegas and you want to go thrifting sometimes, hit me up, because this is my full-time job. Hopefully you get to work it out. Also, another pair of pants. Like I said, I like to sell jeans. These Carhartt double panel original Dungaree fit men's denim jeans, size 34 by 32. The first 2 numbers are usually, and I'm going to say usually because some people do things differently. Speaking for self, my first 2 numbers are going to be my waist, and that's the circumference around the waistband. Now, females are going to have it where it's just the measurement from left to right. Times it times 2, that'll get you it. But not all the times. Women pants are tricky. I still do the measurements. It may say like torrid jeans. It won't say jeans. It'll say like torrid size 8. You're going to see a number 8. There's no, usually plus size. Left to right, right to left, however you're looking at it, on the waistband, it's going to be like 14. Then you got to do times 2 all the way around, 28. So for these reasons and many other reasons, I'm comfortable and enjoy taking measurements of items so that way people see them, and those who are into measurements and want something to fit the way they want it to fit, measurements help. Do you need them? No, you do not. But it's just one thing that I do and one thing that I practice. These pants sold for $26, shipping cost of $8. I had them listed like at $35. I was trying to get more out of them. Person wouldn't budge. They just raised $1 up, and I was like, I don't want to be back and forth. 26, I'll take it. I paid $4 for. Done. And going out to Texas. Vans, I don't like buying these hats, but again, I'm stuck at buying them. There's something about them that I know eventually they're going to sell. Not like a year, but usually like a month or 2. And what I've started doing with super lightweight hats, typical mass-produced hats like this, I have them like at $16 or better offer option. Majority of my hats are $5 shipping. I will look into, I'm thinking about in the future, maybe soon, is doing some calculated shipping. That's one thing I don't do. And I've been doing it right, not doing it, but I hear good things. I have been hearing good things lately about calculated shipping. So if you have any information on that, tips or notes, beware of stuff, please message me. Although I've been doing it since 2016, reselling, thrifting, sourcing, hustling in an honest way. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know, and we all don't know out there, which is so good about this community that we get to help each other. Unless you want to keep it to yourself, not a problem. I'll figure it out anyways without you. But please subscribe and smash the thumbs up button, even for you silent viewers, because you're always out there and we still appreciate you. Next item, I got this at Savers for $4. And when I saw this little logo right here on the chest, I was like, oh boy, we got a winner. But when I opened the inside, this was a brand new t-shirt. And you'll get some items on, or when you're doing your listings, the condition of the item. And you may have like new with tags, new with something else, and then used and something else. So this one was new with something else. Because on the inside of the shirt, there was like a manufacturer error where it kind of knotted up. There was like just a little knot on the inside. And I didn't want the person receiving it and saying, you know what, this one little thing bothers me. Let me look at the description so I could get over on them. So I mentioned it. I mentioned all the things that make me aware if I'm getting it, like I would want to know. So still get a pretty good deal out of this. If it didn't have that one little thing, I think this Masters by Peter Millar, and I love this brand. I usually could find this stuff like at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I think it's both of them, on clearance for pretty good prices. But the thing with these high retail items, mass produced new stuff, you got to be quick when you get them and put them out there. This was a very unique color, not too much of them out there, and I'm pretty stoked that I got it for several dollars and it sold for $40 pretty fast. Next item also sold fast. Got this at the Goodwill for $4. It was like a blue tag at the time for $7.99, and it was like 50% off. Sold for this Pearl Izumi. I got several Pearl Izumi items, and not all of them are going to get me as much as this, but I just like the brand. It is a big community in cycling, and depending on what it is, like anything else could get you even more money or less money. But it all depends as well on how much are you getting an item for. Are you happy with it? You know, you're not buying, say, something for $5 and know that it's going to sell for $7. You want at least doubling it up there. Even the more the merrier, because that potential of still like quadrupling, tripling your money is right there. Even doubling, nothing wrong with that. Next item sold pretty fast. Got this at Goodwill for $2. It was $4 as well. Blue tag. When I got the other Pearl Izumi jacket that I just showed you, or just literally just now showed you. This one sold within a day of listing it, the day after you're buying it. Yeah. And sold for $25. Had it for $29.99. And that's the thing about the or better offer option. Just because you have that out there doesn't mean people are going to send you offers. As in, people will buy it at full price. So think about that. Just because you have or better offer option again, doesn't mean people are going to lowball you. Doesn't mean they're going to send you an offer that they feel is reasonable. Some customers understand, some don't. Some have morals about like, hey, there's a person on the other end trying to sell this. This is the price. They're probably doing their checking too on the comps. It's not just resellers checking comps or what the items are going for. The customers are seeing this stuff too. Just food for thought. Sold pretty fast. And how I sent this off, and I think this is going to be my new way. I didn't have issues sending it this way. I used an O shoe box that I got for free on USPS, and I had another shoe box that I had placed an order on before, or a return that came back a while back, and I saved these boxes. So I ended up just flattening it out, sliding the racket in there, and there was like 4 inches left. So I was like, whoa, I'll just go get that other box that I had. I could have used that in the first place and just trim it. So I cut it off and I used 2 shoe boxes. So I found that to be very handy, but also, again, I had an extra shoe box that was already been used that had some damages on there, and it was perfect for this purpose. Jeans. This brand right here, Momotaro Salvage. Some people say salvaged. Know the difference? And dark blue denim jeans, tapered size 34. I should have put that these were button flies, because they were. And that stuff's important, because some people will try to look at you like you don't know what you're doing. And these sold for $92. I had them listed at $145. And there were some things to them that, even though they're in excellent dark salvage condition, as somebody would that collects these pants and that are into these pants, because it's a very different material than regular just basic Levi jeans. They're not so flexible and giving. They're very, maybe this one not too stiff, but I got some other brands like unbranded that are also selvage jeans that are very thick, just very like cardboardish, and people love these selvage jeans. Here's the brand right here, closer look. So if you come across this, keep your eyes out. Look into Japanese selvage jeans, whether it's right now or later. Look on eBay, look on Google, and get familiar with these names, because you might be passing these up and not realizing that. And you might see this now and might be realizing like you already came across it and you thought nothing of it because you didn't see nothing. And it just so happens you could go on eBay and find an item and everything in the world comes up that you want to see, and then you get home, look at your item again, look at the comps, and you can't find crap. Again, a head scratcher. So if you look at the bottom, say right corner of this right here, these pants were small size jeans. So the smaller they are, the patch is going to end up overlapping something. They're not going to make this patch smaller because the patches are mass produced one certain size. So if it looks like, hey, why would somebody do that? I mentioned that other video and I didn't realize it, and I'm telling you now, just because it overlaps on another, say, inseam, another sewing, it's probably because the size of the pants is a small size. And keep your eyes out for these Japanese selvage. This one sold pretty fast. Days after listing, I showed this in the last video too. Me finding it at Goodwill, or maybe on Instagram I might have showed it. Got these for $8, and I was like, caught Goodwill slipping. Thank you, Goodwill. Don't take all your stuff and put it on your online selling site. Leave some stuff for us, because if it isn't for your customers coming to look for stuff, we wouldn't keep going. But there are some gems out there, and the employees there at these reselling stores, thrift stores, don't know everything. So in a way, that's good. But at the same time, it's like, hey, Goodwill, if you want people like us resellers to buy some of your gems for a little higher price, give us an exclusive to say, hey, here's the back of house, Sonny. This is what we have. Give us a deal, we'll give you a deal. Because Savers, Goodwill, the only ones that I know of, they push you and advertise that if you're not a member to get these discounts, we could sign you up here at the front. Okay, but what else does that entitle? Because that's kind of like the norm. If everybody has it, then everybody's the same. And if everybody has it, what's the point of this advertisement of getting information? What are you doing with their information? Makes me want to know now. But anyways, I love you, Goodwill. I've been doing good because of you and the items that people turn into you. And I'm not trying to compete with you. I just want some of the good too. So next, Primitive. I'm very familiar with majority of street brands. I knew this was going to be big, but to me, this was like semi bread and butter. I knew because of the tie-dye, it being in, was going to sell. Got it for, it was $2.99 blue tag. So $1.50. Sold for several bucks. Tripled it, doubled it, made my profit. Cool. With that money, say I triple $2. $2.46. That's other shirts. If I could find like 3 other shirts that I could save, like this one, maybe not Primitive, but just ideally 3 other shirts now. Triple sells for 11. You just rake it in. You roll it over. That little money turns into a lot of money. And sometimes it is what it is. You're not always going to find good items that are big money, but if you're like me, more open of like okay with selling items like this, you'll be all right. Especially if you come from a place that doesn't have much items to source from, because I hear that a lot and read that a lot in live chats, whether I'm in a live chat with somebody or I'm reading it because of somebody else's live chats. And there's a lot of live chats that I follow and try to partake in. And I see it. People not so much complaining, but they're saying, man, good for y'all, but I don't have that stuff. Then you need to look where people aren't looking. If I resell clothes and there's no clothes where you're at, then I would be looking at what kind of area is that, what's already there, and start touching bases with people and saying, hey, you mind if I look around? Is there anything you want to sell? Whether you buy nothing or not, they might ask you, first of all, Yes. Then second, they're gonna say, what are you looking for? And you're like, I don't know. I'm just trying to make some extra buck and reselling stuff and trying to bargain shop, trying to clear up space that people have. It's amazing when you put your name out there of what you do that people are gonna go for it. Well, I lost my place. No. Big money maker. I know I could be wordy, but I don't care. If you want to listen, please listen, because there's stuff out here and I'm telling you how I'm getting it, how much I'm paying for it, good and bad. Got rid of the bad right away. So this one right here was a hand-me-down. As in, Sonny, take this. Hoping some friends move. Tiffany and Josh. Tiffany was like, hey, Sonny, I got something for you. Josh has been 4 months now. Like, not FOUR months. Like 4 FOR months. 4 months now has been saying, hey, I got some stuff, man, if you want to sell it or get a commission off. And I've sold ballistic hat for him, and it made me open up to ballistic items. Found a ballistic hat on OfferUp for $100. It's like anywhere from $600 to $1,000 hat. So stuff people do makes you learn about other things, and light bulbs go on. You start looking everywhere online to see what's near you for you to get right there and then, and just got that hat. So this was free. Told Tiffany how much you want for it. She was like, gave it to the kids. They aren't playing for it. Just going to sit there. The box did have a little bit of damage, and on average they sell for $145. And a few days after looking at it again, I was curious about the comps, and the prices are dropping. And this box had a little bit of box damage because of, I don't know why, don't care. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Sold for $135. I did send this FedEx ground, and it took $18 exactly to go there. So one thing I love about big items and heavy items is that FedEx ground is usually my go-to. Thank you, Tiffany. Next item, got this at Savers for I think $3 or $4. Sold pretty fast for $15. Brand new, it would have probably sold for $45. And when I tell my wife stuff like this, she was like, "Oh, brand new $40, and then you sold it for $15. Like, that's a huge difference." And I'm like, "Look, babe, I can't call it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy like that." But the person paid $19 for it, not $15. There's a big difference, and a big difference in price. But some things you're not gonna know why. You just know that it will sell, and I knew it would. And if you look at it again, it's not just any, like, what caught my attention, I thought it was Polo Ralph Lauren Bear. And I was like, there's a little bit too much going on with this. And then I saw a trophy, and I was like, oh, this is for Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. You and your daughter. Next one, I had this for a while. I really didn't like that I got this from the get-go. Got it for $10 at Goodwill pre-COVID, and it finally sold for $22. I had it listed at $28, and shipping $10. And this went as I think it was light enough. No, it went priority. I remember now. Let's move on. Another bread and butter. This brand Forged. I've come across this brand 3 times. One of the t-shirts I have had for like 2-3 years now, and I love the shirt. This is one, it being from Texas. Like I said earlier, I am from Texas. Got family out there, Miss Texas. And I was like, you know what? I think somebody will get this. Prices for this brand really don't sell for much, but I was like, somebody's going to get it. Somebody's probably out there. This is the thing. You could find something, say, from Texas, right? Like I did here. And then there's somebody out in Hawaii that's like, man, I want to represent. I'm in Texas. I want something. They could be out in Wyoming. They could be out there in New York. They could be over there in Delaware with Tommy Bernard. And they're just like, I want this t-shirt. And they bought it for $14.25. Shipping cost $4. And it ended up going inside some shirts. I like these little bags. These little like 4x9 bags. Ship out a lot of t-shirts, even plushes inside these things. Very good. You don't always need the 10x13 poly bags. So, thank you, person who bought this t-shirt. Another pant right here. Citizens of Humanity had this listed for $29. Very good brand. I had this for a while in my dead pile, along with like 60 other jeans. And I think I just about listed all of them, except for like new jeans that I got. Can't help it. I'm addicted to jeans. And sold for $22. Shipping costs $8, and send it off inside a padded flat rate envelope that was with an or better offer option. Harley Davidson hat. And one thing to look at, this hat, look at the background. A lot of my images that I have now, like recent ones, are going to have a white background. I'm cleaning up my act, people. But if you don't have, like, I ended up buying an app. A lot of Josh mentioned that in one of his videos, maybe like 3 videos back, or maybe even further than that. I watch people's videos that go back years too. And he mentioned this photo room app, how you could white out the background and how convenient it was using it, and other things you could do on it, like drop a shadow. You could ask Josh on it. I don't remember what video it is. If it comes up that I see it, I'll put it up here for you to look at, and the link down below. Really good. I like this app, and paid the yearly subscription just right up front. I think it was like $69. Been using it, and a lot of my recent images have a white background. And my point was, you don't need a background, like a white perfect background. So that hat ended up selling for $17. This was a Goodwill buy for around $3, and shipping costs of $5. So again, 17 plus 5, that's not just a $17 hat. It's more than that. $22 hat. Next item, I have had this in a dead pile. I like to list gloves year round. They sell, as well as jackets year round. I got this for a couple of bucks, sold for $22. Had it at $29.99, and pretty good offer in my book. So $30 glove right there with the shipping. Next item, I found this at a yard sale. I was going to a yard sale. Before that yard sale, around the corner, I saw some signs for directions to another one. Saw that it was right there to my left. Pulled over. As I walked in, there was 3 people talking. A woman, 2 guys. I look in and I'm just like, man, there doesn't look like there's going to be much. And that's what everybody else that came right behind me, I could read their brains. Very transparent. They're like, oh, they don't have nothing. The guy kind of looked over the table. And he looked towards that hat, and it was dusty, and walked away from it. I looked over at it again, and I was like, man, that looks old. That's one thing that I've learned, is that when I see something and I say it looks old, to look into it. It's one of them signs that you got to follow something that isn't your gut, but your mind, of like, if it's old and you're 40 years young like I am, then it might be worth some money. I think I'm worth more than 40, but saw this hat. Then I saw some Hoka shoes and some other items. And the guy was like, hey, I got this other stuff, man. What are you looking for? And I was like, hey, I'm actually just started a full-time reselling. He was like, oh, yeah? He was like, all right, man, we'll give you a better deal. And his wife over there, or girlfriend, whoever was there, they're like, yeah, we're leaving, man. So if you need anything, like, we're just trying to get rid of everything. Bought this hat. Bought some Hoka shoes, female. Very good condition. Lightly used. Excellent condition. And some other items. And it's like around $400 worth of stuff. Like what I perceive it to be of value. And I only paid $15 for it. And walked away with a good deal. By the time I finished there looking at everything, I went to the other place and they weren't there. I followed the signs that led me to where I needed to go to and came out on top. This hat sold for some really good money, and it made me open up more about other hats. Immediately I looked at OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. I'm looking at stuff on eBay, because a lot of times people put things on eBay and they misspell things. And nobody's looking at their stuff. And then they end up falling into what I call the newbie, anxious, gotta sell it. And even if I don't get much, I gotta sell it to say I sold something. Don't get that habit. And then 4 times Beaver hat by JB Dillon. There's other hats out. There was another hat similar to this that was for less. I put mine up for more. And it had like little smoke spots, like cigarette firewood kind of came up and singed the forehead of the hat, like in little dots. I made sure to mention it in my description, as well as say, hey, look at the last photo of what I'm talking about, these little burn marks. Person bought it. I think they sent me an offer. I think I had it at $65. They sent me $58 offer. Shipping cost of $10. It was very light, this beaver felt hat. And on the inside, told me everything I needed to look at. Or list in the title and description and how to find the comps for it. But there's up to 100 times beaver felt hats and other things. So keep your eyes out on hats. Just because they're big don't be discouraged by the size of things. Wait, just take it all in. Sold for $58. I probably bought this for like $4 when it comes down to it. Very good sale, and I'm very appreciative of the people that are just, hey, buy it. We don't care. Value comes in all different varieties of things. This hat I've had for a very long time. Brand new, Edelbrock. There's something, I know I said that funny. Brand new. Had it for like $11. Got an offer for $8. Sold. Probably made double my money on that. I don't pay very much for hats. Next is going to be a shirt that I thought was going to sell for a lot faster time frame. Sold within 2 months. Got it for $4. Sold for $13.75 and $4.50. So $4.50. So if shirts are super light, I have it at $4. If they have some kind of weight to it, it's like say 11 ounces, I'm more at like $4.50. If it's like 14 ounces, I'm more at like $5.25. That's how I kind of like guesstimate my prices for items, and never really have had anybody tell me, private message me, and you get this because I hear it from other people. I just haven't got it yet. Your prices are too much for shipping. You will get people telling you, oh, your prices for your items listed is brick and mortar prices. And what I will tell you from this, those people who are telling you that are just trying to bully their way into stealing your items from you and going to probably flip it for somebody else. So don't do that. This is what I would do. When people do that to me, you have brick and mortar prices. I was like, no, I don't. I have comp prices. And you just been blocked. Anyways, shirt was from Everford. It is I don't know if they're still going. I'm pretty sure he's still a YouTuber who started this. I forget his name, but it was probably 3 years ago when I was following him, along with other people, but no longer follow them. And Everford, that's what caught my attention. I have another shirt like this, probably sell for around the same amount of $13.75. I didn't like the shirt. I don't like the style. I don't like the feel of it. And I didn't like that I got it, but I knew somebody would be buying it because they probably follow the dude and the brand now. This is a name I would say not so much. Anything could be a bolo. This right here, Shanghai Tan. I have not come across a Shanghai Tang polo shirt, and in this case a jacket, that has not sold within 2 weeks of buying it. And here is the name right here, and it usually has the same style logo. I have had like a handful of polo shirts of Shanghai Tan. Either they're striped or a solid color, and they were trashed. And I'm like, I know this brand. I know they sell for pretty good. And I said, when I saw this jacket for $14, I was like, I know I could get some money out of it. I know I could double on it. And sure enough, I did. Sold very, very fast. And Mandarin corduroy. Mandarin is the style of this jacket. And to me, it's, not knowing it now, I would say it's like a Bruce Lee jacket, but it's corduroy. And I've learned how to spell corduroy because of eBay for listing corduroy pants, hats, jackets. You learn a lot from eBay, I'm telling you, especially how to spell. This shirt right here, I don't know what it was. Well, I'll tell you what, when I saw it, I saw this Chinatown, and I was thinking it was Chinatown Market, or yeah, there's a brand out there, very big urban wear street brand, Chinatown Market, I believe it's called. And I've sold some items from them that have sold for really good money, very, very fast. And this kind of reminded me of the brand, but also a throwback on just like somebody back in the day from a fire department that wears a shirt. And I started thinking, I don't really see fire departments have like a style like this. It's from Chicago. And I wasn't trying to make up what I'm guessing these zones are. I left that information on the bottom of the dragon out. I just put fire department, Chinatown, not vintage when it asked me. And it's sold for $14. I had it listed at $19.99, and it's still sold for around $19 because of shipping. And this one out to Hawaii, actually. Men's Rogue pants, that's the one I mentioned in the last video. Got for a few bucks, sold for $55. That's the second time I came across them. Should be cost $8. All my pants go inside a padded flat rate envelope if they're a pound or over. If they're light, then I make sure it goes first class and has it listed as first class. Rogue, another Rogue Fitness. I think I shared one in the last video. Really good brand, really good bread and butter. There's other items other than t-shirts. There's gym equipment, there's more like jackets and shorts, leggings, jogger type stuff out there too. So keep your eyes on this brand. Really good. They've been fast sellers, good bread and butter items. Last item to share with you. This one I've had for 3 years now. And the reason why, the first year I couldn't find information on it. And it was probably during the summer. And then I was like, maybe I would rock it. I would wear this. And I did wear it for like a day last Halloween because I didn't listen in time the second year. I didn't listen in time for Halloween. But let me tell you this. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. I could have still sold it. I just knew for this item would probably be better listing it around this time frame, which I did a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, going through my dead pile, saw it, and I was like, I need to get this listed now. And it's sold pretty fast, going out to the Bronx, New York, for $35, $5.50. It did take a while to get there because of flooding that they had and issues. And I pray for them. I pray for everybody else that they just don't have to go through tragedies. It blows. We all go through them. We do. May not be similar or exactly the same, but we all go through stuff. This was a Hallmark made in the USA 50-50. 50-50. The reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of the older stuff, people are looking for stuff. They're going to look for 50-50 vintage items. So this right here alone could tell you in the description, vintage, it's a good indicator, but there are new items out there, t-shirts and other things that people make 50-50 polyester cotton blend. And it was such a unique sweater that I really wanted to keep it and had a hard time letting go. There's going to be items that you come across that you also have a hard time letting go as well. And my name's Sunny. That concludes this video for this moment. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends about me. And if you come to Vegas, hit me up. Maybe we could thrift together too. And if there's any tips and questions you got, please let me know. I enjoy you. I enjoy you. I appreciate you very, very much. And have a good day. Happy treasure hunting.